Once again, another video of not what to do. Okay. I woke up on Sunday morning and I saw this engine for sale, SR20DET, $1,500 Australian, which is about $200 American. I thought, wow, I'm going to buy that. I can afford it. That is an amazing price. Well, turns out it's not a DET. What does that mean? Well, it's not a turbo engine. It's from an NA. It's completely NA. All right. Now, why did I make that mistake? Well, there's a couple of things. One is I'm not very familiar with SR20 and spotting the differences. Two, the guy advertised it as a DET. And three, somebody sold it to him as a DET turbo motor and they made it look like a turbo motor. How did they do that? All right, so big giveaway on an NA engine is the distributor. This is the distributor, but somebody has removed the top part with the leads. So looking at it like this to the untrained eye, that looks like a crank angle sensor, okay? Now, when I went to go pick it up, I didn't want to waste the guy's time too much. I stuck a camera down the bores just to see that, there were no melted pistons, no holes, no cracked bores, because if it is an NA engine and somebody has turboed it, that can happen. Luckily, that's not the case with this one. It does have a blown head gasket because of the milkshake oil in the sump. So if it had the distributor on, boom, easy to tell. Okay, what else can you look for? On a turbo engine, this is the oil feed. If it's drilled and tapped, it will be really neatly done and look like it was done at the factory. People will turbo NA engines and drill and tap this. So don't just rely on this or that, because they can fit a crank angle sensor up there. I mean, it's a bit of a mission, but somebody can do that. So those are 2 points. Another one is, and again, someone might put a turbo cam cover or they might put an NA cover on, but an NA cover doesn't have any of the holes drilled and tapped for the coil packs. So turbo engine has coil packs and a crank angle sensor. Naturally aspirated has a distributor and has leads coming over instead of having individual coils. So this is definitely an NA valve cover. This is definitely an NA block. And you could assume that because this has a distributor attached to it, that this is an NA head. So essentially it's an NA engine, okay? What else can I tell you? All the turbo stuff just bolts straight on. So this guy, when he bought it, it had a turbo manifold bolted on. It looked like this. How do you tell whether this is an NA or a turbo manifold? I am not 100% sure. I think you can go off the throttle body. But if you have a look here, there's 2 bolts missing. Somebody might have bolted on a turbo throttle body. It's missing the TPS anyway, which is kind of the expensive part. There's no injectors. So, like the size of the injectors would be a good giveaway as to, if it's got small I'm just going to pick a number, 380cc injectors, it's going to be NA. If it's got 500 or 800cc injectors, it could have had a turbo run on it. Now, somebody the other day said, oh, this NA engine, not this one, but his NA engine, has not had the oil return drilled, therefore it's never seen boost. You can't rely on that either, because you can run a turbo. Oh no, yeah, sorry, I take that back. I was going to say you could run a turbo that is oil only, but no. Some turbos are oil only and some are oil and water. So yes, even if you ran an oil only turbo, you would need to have this drain drilled. So, okay, there you go. There is a safe bet that this has not seen boost because the drain has not been drilled. I think you can be confident in saying that, but then yeah, you need to be really, really careful, and there's some really shitty people out there that would... Oh, hi Dorothy. Not you. There's some shitty people out there, sweetie. Anyway, there's some shitty people out there that would try and fob off a turbo engine or an NA engine as a turbo engine. The unfortunate thing is, I can now not sell this as a turbo engine. I wouldn't do that to somebody. So hopefully I can get my money back. We'll wait and see. Cross your fingers for me. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame. I really, really wanted a SR20. Once I sell the blue WRX, I want to build a Sylvia. And I'll probably buy one with an NA engine anyway. So anyway, it's all a learning curve. I hope that helps somebody. You know, crank angle sensor, turbo, distributor, NA, oil, drilled, threads tapped and drilled for the coils for the crank angle sensor. Those are kind of the three main dead giveaways, okay? Take the time, take the cover off, make sure everything's inside the engine, pull out the dipstick, check whether there's oil, or in this case, there's oil and water, which equals a milkshake. So you know the head gasket's done in this, which is fine. You just put a new head gasket on. Hopefully the head's not warped. Yeah, thanks for watching. Leave us a like and subscribe if you want to see more of my engine vehicle adventures.